This podcast is rated R for restricted. Under 17 requires accompanying parent or adult guardian.
Mission 250.
Well,
Here we are.
Guys. I think it's award season is what this is.
Oh, is
That's
that
right.
what it is?
Smells
That's what it
like
is.
award season.
Yeah.
Do they actually give out awards, or do they just rig it all in the beginning?
Oh, it's all rigged. They do both.
Oh, okay. They rig it.
The Golden Globes just tweeted out all the winners because of
Right.
Omicron. They're just like, here you go.
Was it Omicron? I thought they were just
Is
like...
that really what they did?
Yeah, they just
I thought
tweeted it out.
Yeah. I thought the
Just
Golden Globes were
tweeted it?
just
Didn't
in
even
decline.
fucking try?
Nope. No fake ceremony. No announcers. Just tweeted out the winners.
Oh, wow. That's a bummer.
Yeah. So it's
That's a
weird
bummer.
because we're like, years into this thing and it seems like people are just giving up at this point. They're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
fuck
right.
it.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
cares anymore.
Totally. Yeah, you're right.
They have the
funny.
Oscars like pushed back until March, but I don't know. See if
Oh,
that
they
yeah, I
pushed it
guess.
back. Hey, that
getting
gives us more
worse.
time.
I guess.
Yeah.
In terms of that, we're watching the best picture winner, drama, and also the winner of the best director, Jane Campion. I think it's how you
Oh,
say
for
her
the
name.
Golden Globes?
For the Golden Globes.
Okay. So good choice.
And the Screen Actors Guild Awards just came out today, and 3 nominations came out for that from this movie.
Mhm.
And it's
Okay.
the Power of the Dog. It's a new movie.
Power of the dog.
You can
Not the Temple of the Dog.
Temple of the
Right.
Dog,
The Power of the Dog.
Right.
and not Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Not that, yep.
No,
not that
no,
either.
no.
Yeah, Power of the Dog.
The
Power
synopsis
Dog.
is charismatic rancher Phil Burbank inspires fear and awe in those around him. When his brother brings home a new wife and her son, Phil torments them until he finds himself exposed to the possibility of love. Is that what this movie is about?
I don't think so.
did not.
I saw
get
another
that.
one that was
Spoilers.
better.
Spoilers,
I saw another
right?
one that was better.
Wait, hold on.
Spoilers.
Oh yeah,
lots of spoilers.
Lots of spoilers. I think. Should we just say? Would you recommend this? Because you I think going into
I
this
don't know,
blind
man.
is good.
Yeah.
If you can, if the way a movie looks and sounds can get you through a potentially very long and slow and potentially boring movie, then yes, I think it would be worth watching.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah. I'd say that I spent most of the movie going, what the fuck is this movie about?
I agree 100%. I had a note,
Yeah.
one of my notes, I wrote down 1 hour, 38 minutes. I still don't know what's going on.
Right.
Okay.
So you have to really, and what's funny is I didn't really pay attention, and then I did, and I was like, you know what? I think I know where I should watch from, because there's about 75% of this movie I can skip, and then I restarted it like right when they were talking about the thing, and then they were moving into him going outside and. This is all they could have
I gotta
started the
bleep you.
short
We're
film
free
here.
spoilers right now.
Yeah.
I'm bleeping all the
Yeah.
words
Oh,
you just
well,
said.
that's all
The
right.
nouns are bleeped.
It's all right.
But yeah,
What about
I mean,
you,
just
John?
gotta.
Or
yeah,
sorry, CZ.
No,
Oh,
it's
we're
cool.
still
You could just
pre-spoilers?
start it later. Like it was.
I think I ended up really liking this film because it was so much different than where I expected it would go and how it did things.
Okay.
Where did
So
it go,
I-
John?
well,
Holy crap.
And there's one movie.
It didn't really go anywhere, right?
If there's this movie,
The last 2 minutes it went somewhere.
I don't know if
Short
you guys
film is
saw
all
this.
it needed.
There's a huge parallel, or this movie does some things that are very much like another movie. And
There Will Be Blood?
nope.
Oh.
Oh, which one?
Oh, so maybe it was just me.
I mean, I was having trouble just giving a shit about the movie, so I wasn't thinking about what movie it was like.
So,
So are we
well,
in spoiler
one-
territory yet? Because I want John to go first. He sounds the most positive on it.
yeah, I'm probably the most positive.
So spoilers.
Okay, all right. So now we're spoiling.
Oh, we spoiled the whole time, baby.
So I'm really surprised. I'm surprised Denny didn't get this out of the film. But there are two things. One is the overhead shots with creepy music, and you have the car going through the windy roads.
Oh, The Shining.
Yeah,
For that
yeah,
part, I was like, this
totally.
is kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
like The Shining.
I thought it was totally like Shane. Now the other part is Cumberbatch's performance. Totally at times is Jack Nicholson.
I didn't
Totally,
see that at all.
I saw it. When he's like doing the ranting bits. Totally, to me, was channeling the dude. I thought. I really
okay.
thought it was coming out there. I don't know. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
a
we can talk about
similarity of the
Cumberbatch's
tone of
performance
voice.
in this movie.
Cumberbatch. Yeah.
I thought he was
I think
disturbing.
He failed the movie for me because I talked
Oh.
one of my friends who like watches a lot of movies as well. He loved this movie. He was like, "This is the best movie I've seen since Parasite a few years ago," which blows my
Jesus.
mind.
That's
Because
crazy.
Apparently, he was in suspense the entire movie because he didn't know where it was going. And
Yeah.
once the reveal at the end happened, he was just like, everything just clicked into place in my mind. unlike a movie he can remember, you know?
I agree. That's what I thought. I thought this movie, because I felt like Cumberbatch was so like intense and scary that to me
For
it
the
felt
first
like
half, and then he
was
becomes
gonna
friends
explode.
with a kid, which is the thing I didn't
it's-
understand. As
well,
soon
and
as
the-
he's
you know
like
what I
an
didn't like
asshole in the
was-
first half, and then he's friends with the kid, and he's kind of nice.
But you know what I didn't like? The music didn't change.
Oh yeah.
So like that was what bothered me when all that stuff. Even when he started being nice,
You were just
and
like,
there was
what
a-
does this movie want
I
me
was
to
like,
feel,
why
right?
is the music the same?
Yep,
Because
I felt the same way.
he's grooming the kid. If anything, he's doing a pedophile sort of thing. So it's still not good. It's not like he's finding fucking love. I don't understand.
The
if
kid's in
people
college,
think that,
though. It's not a
Yeah, that's a
pedophile.
Is he in
weird
college?
synopsis.
Oh, is
That's
he in
a weird.
college? I thought he was in high school.
No, he goes back to college.
Yeah, because
He's
he's
going
like
to
he's in
college.
medical school, right? He's like
Oh,
studying
right.
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's older.
I mean, he's a younger person, so he's
looks
kind of
young.
preying on him. I see what you mean.
He looks really, really young. To
But
me,
I mean,
so
that was the
I thought it was
relationship
even-
that the Bronco, what's his name?
Right,
had
that's
with
what he
him,
had,
right,
right,
exactly,
yeah,
right. But
right.
that might have been a predatory one too. Who knows? I don't know.
But I think I thought, at least anyway, I thought the movie sort of really portrayed his loneliness really well.
Whose
Like
loneliness?
Who? Which one?
Cumberbatch's, like he's just fiercely lonely, and
Not Kirsten Dunst's loneliness.
no,
Or the kid?
She was also lonely. Everybody.
I thought the kid was
Everybody in
lonely.
this was pretty lonely. John.
Everybody's lonely.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you get for living out in the middle of fucking
Anyway,
Montana.
but I thought he did this intensity thing well, and like the sort of awkwardness between his brother, how he was like putting his brother down all the time, but was dependent on him. His brother was his buddy still, even though he treated him
You
like
know,
shit.
See, I didn't get
read a
any of that.
synopsis. I read a synopsis that actually had a better word. It was domineering. Is how they explained it. for him.
Like he
That's
was
what
like
he
controlling
was, right?
everything.
He was a
right?
control
Yeah.
freak, and like, yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
Right, and he didn't like that his brother was being taken away from him, so he just basically like tries to shatter Kirsten Dunst's character's life.
But
and
it
the
never
boy-
shows them having a good relationship before Kirsten Dunst comes into the movie.
No,
right?
No, but he's
No,
still
it just
like,
picks up
you know,
kind of randomly there.
No,
with
it
that
doesn't. It doesn't.
information.
No,
Oh.
it's already bad, and it's been
Right.
bad.
So he's not
just
losing
miserable.
the relationship with his brother.
No,
he's
no,
an
no,
asshole,
but-
so his brother doesn't like him.
No,
That's the.
but he that's
I don't
true.
know.
but-
It seemed like the brother did like he, you
Yeah.
know, well, I guess it's his brother, right? He tolerates him.
Right.
he
guess is
seemed
what
very
you're
at the
saying.
end of his
Yeah.
rope. He would say like
Well,
just
yeah.
the minimum
Oh, yeah,
amount
he
of
was
words.
had
He
enough.
was,
Yeah,
and
he had
that's
enough.
partially why. But
Yeah.
but you can you
Good
sort
point.
of assume that they had at least gotten better. Or what was going on is the brother put up with a lot of stuff that he was starting to not put up with anymore.
Right.
Like he's just was starting to get less bossed around and whatever.
Mhm.
And so that helped him like grow. I thought it was a really touching moment too, where she was dancing with the brother, and he was like he breaks out into tears. I thought
Yeah, I
that was
don't know.
very sweet.
I was kind of confused on that.
Wait,
Well,
which
just
part?
he-
Which brother?
When they were dancing, when she was teaching him how to dance, Kirsten
Yeah,
Dunst,
and
the-
she's just
the-
smiling at him, and he's just can't handle how nice she's being to him. I think it just
Is
like
that
he
what that
just-
was?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought like
Oh,
he just
okay.
he was so happy, and
I mean, there was
I
a
didn't
lot of
get that
parts
either,
that
man.
I wasn't
Didn't know how to
wasn't
handle it.
figuring that out at all.
TC, but like every scene in this movie, I'm like, that was odd. I wonder what they're trying to say. That was odd. I
Really?
wonder why they
I wonder
showed
what
us
they're
that.
trying. Exactly. That's a
Like
good way
that
to
was a weird
describe it.
interaction. Where are
Yeah.
they going with this? And the entire
Right.
movie was just a series of scenes that was just like, I don't understand what this is
Right.
supposed
I'm really-
to be about.
I'm really
Well, what
surprised.
also didn't add up for me is like, what if he didn't cut his hand? Like, so we would have been watching that movie, and the guy didn't cut his hand.
well, or what if
and
they
then
what
when
was
he
the
killed
kid's
him,
plan?
how would he have
Was
had
the
the
kid's-
chance?
was
The
the
kid
kid's
didn't
plan?
plan it,
Right.
Right.
So then
Wait,
what the
wait,
fuck?
no,
like,
no,
Yeah, I agree.
when did
So,
the
like,
kid
if the
decide
kid-
that he was going to kill
yeah.
the guy with this? Like,
So the
'cause
plan
he
didn't
got the-
start until he got cut, is what I'm
Right.
saying.
No, but he got
Which
the
means
cow
the
stuff
movie's
before the
irrelevant
hand
up
got
until
cut,
then.
Right, that's like it did. I thought
got-
too.
right,
It,
yeah,
it all
yeah,
seemed
but
very
how is he
gonna-
circumstantial.
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
So not only did the guy have to cut his hand, but
But I thought he was
then
like a
Kirsten-
psycho, maybe.
Yeah,
But
he
he
was
also
just
the kid
had
had
to
to like
sell-
trick him into falling in love with him, which he's a very strange, gangly kid, and he's been
Oh, is he
harassed
ever?
by the guy. So he's part of his plan is to get this asshole who hates him to fall in love with him, just because he found a pile of porn magazines and he knows he's gay. That's it.
So I don't think he
guess so.
planned all of that. I don't think. My thought was the way the
But
film
then
is,
what's
is
the
just
movie
like,
about?
Well, he took advantage of circumstances as they arose. Like so.
Uh-huh.
So why was he becoming friends with the guy? Just to see what happened? Like I'll take
No,
advantage
because
of him
he-
like
no.
when the
No,
opportunity
I think it's
presents
because
itself?
he's being bullied by him, and it's the only way he found out to deal with
no,
it.
but
Was
I
like
also
figured
think
out how to
I
deal
also
with
think
it. I don't
the
know.
boy might have been attracted to him.
Oh, that's
think-
true.
I don't
mean,
think
he
that
had
I
some
don't think that it
tendencies.
was like completely. He completely hated the guy either.
He
I
hated
think.
him. He was making his life
Yeah.
living hell. No way didn't he hate him.
But he was that. But once he
Well,
turned
it's what-
around,
isn't this whole
he was
mo- the
teaching him
whole
to
story?
ride. He was doing these things, trying to help him out.
Oh, that
But
was
isn't the
so
whole
confusing.
story? Isn't the whole
Yeah.
story about revenge though? So
I
like,
thought so because it
it
ended
has
with
to
him-
be.
Yeah.
I thought it was just more. I thought it was not about some revenge so much as him just making this decision that he's.
But the only thing that happened was the fact that he cut himself, got killed with anthrax, and the kid fucking cut out of
smiled. End movie. I had to the kid.
I don't understand.
Did such a hit of a smile in the last shot. I had to rewind and be like, "Is he smiling?" I'm like, "I guess he is smiling." So he killed
knows
him.
He did it. Yeah, he killed that, and that's the fuck. And then when I saw the text come on screen for their names, I was like, "That's it." What the fuck?
Yeah, I just started.
What
thinking,
did I just watch?
I had the just. So John, it sounds like things might have started clicking in your head. I was so glad because like watching it, I was like, either this movie is going to peter out and I'm going to hate it because like nothing happened in this movie, or it's going to have some like reveal of what the plot actually is, which is what happened. But it wasn't like all the things fell into place.
To
me, I kind of want to watch it again just to see if I'm wrong or something.
Because to me, the film, I'm more like what your friend was like, where I was in suspense because I really had the feeling that this was going to explode and there was going to be a whole bunch of horrible shit that was going to happen. There's going to be murder and blood and revenge. And
that's why that castration scene was necessary, because you can be like, all right, this is a hard R right here. They can do whatever violence they want.
Yeah, exactly, right? I thought that just with the music and the intensity of Cumberbatch's performance, I thought, oh, this is a horror film. Like, this is going to be horrible. And so I was kind of impressed with, to me, it didn't feel like it fizzled in that sense. To me, it just sort of resolved in a way that I was not expecting. And it's still, I
don't think
was
it fizzled
impressed
either.
with it.
That was just a prediction of what I thought.
No, it definitely crescendoed. I just didn't know why I had to watch so much of it in the beginning.
And what they chose, like they didn't choose to show him dying or suffering at all. They didn't choose to like show any of that. You just cut right to him. He's in a casket. He's just getting in the car. I don't know. I really liked it. I was like taken in by it. I had like the headphones on and I was sitting there.
Not watching it on your iPhone.
No.
Wow,
I had the TV. I have the AirPods, which can sync up to the Apple TV, and so it works really nice. I normally don't like this sort of stuff, but I really was engaged with it.
What is this sort of stuff?
It's interesting.
Exactly, because I don't think I've seen.
Well, this is like a tension. Well, I thought this was going to be like a tension thriller. This is going to be a thriller. Like,
it's a slow
thriller. I know. But to me,
this reminds me of a Stalker episode where I thought Stalker was suspenseful, and you guys are like, it was slow and boring.
Hey, they're just looking at each other for like 20 minutes.
And then nothing happens.
In a boat.
And then at the very end, the last 2 minutes, something happens, and then that's the end.
Yeah.
It's very similar to this thing, really.
Yes, but you're being paid as a Russian spy, unlike myself. There's,
not anymore. The administration has moved on, John.
Well, yeah, you're just whatever is. Don't worry, give yourself another couple
years,
Denny.
I'm on half pay, kind of on hold over here.
just give it time, buddy. Give it time. I don't think
I
you
still
need to
got
worry.
dental though, so don't worry.
Yeah, that's good.
It's cool. My vision's
but those
all
Russian
set.
dentists are pretty terrible.
Yeah. Well, they just load you up with lead
and vodka. You want vodka?
Yeah.
Now we drill.
Here's your shitty teeth, your metal teeth.
All right. That's enough stereotyping, I suppose. But you can edit all that out.
We're not getting any listens from Russia, John. Don't worry about it. I'm not sure they have.
Well, if we are, it's going to be one, and then we might find ourselves dead. So we might want to relax.
That's right. Yeah.
That's another stereotype.
We're going to get you first, TC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I like the performances. I like the music as sort of the jangly piano stuff, as creepy as it was.
Really, I got so sick of those harmonic, I guess
I don't know, for whatever reason.
Don't talk shit on Johnny Greenwood. Can't do that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just it was the same fucking drony thing for the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was just in the mood to be like carried away by a movie.
I'm glad I didn't know it was Johnny Greenwood. I probably would have changed my opinion. Now I know what my true thought is on that. I didn't like it.
It's all hype. Johnny Greenwood's all hype.
No. He's great.
No, apparently not, TC. Apparently not.
Sucks.
No, it was the editing. I actually noticed it. I liked the sounds that he made and the tones that he put in there. But the way it meshed with the movie and the way they copied and pasted the same segments over and over again. Like, I don't know why. It's like, all right, this scene is supposed to have the same tone as those 3 previous scenes that had the same music.
I know. It felt like they couldn't afford.
It
felt like they couldn't afford more.
Yeah.
The tone was there. The sounds were cool, but for a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't need it. Yeah, not every, and they didn't pick and choose scenes that always matched, and they were using them against
He did There Will
scenes
Be
that
Blood.
didn't need it,
Oh, yeah.
And also he's in Radiohead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Johnny Greenwood.
Johnny Greenwood, yeah.
I did not know that.
Well, yeah.
We didn't
He's the
cover
guy
that.
with the hair, and they were sitting out there in the...
He's in a lot of movie soundtracks, too. I think There Will Be Blood
He's good. He's good. I think you're right, Denny. I think it's the way they edited it and reused it and placed it rather than him, it's not like a Hans Zimmer deal where they've It's like not like a Hans Zimmer deal where they've got the whole thing mapped out and they got to fucking use like X amount. They can't chop it, you know?
Yeah.
It sounded like they edited it for sure.
But it was probably intentional. I don't know. This movie seemed, at the very least, well put together.
Yeah.
You know?
It usually is intentional.
Oh,
but-
wow. He did. Greenwood did the score to Licorice Pizza, too?
Oh,
did he do it?
yeah.
Oh, he's on a roll, huh?
We got to rent
Yeah.
that one soon.
Yeah,
whenever it's
that
available.
one's a definite. That one's a definite one. Yeah. I agree.
What else you got, John?
That's mostly it. I mean, I was surprised, and maybe it was just I was in the right mood for once. Like I got to sit down, and I had an actual time to sit and watch it,
And it was quiet, and it has
It
to
was
be
quiet.
for this one.
Yeah. I got like carried. I got
It
like
seemed
sucked
scary,
into
but you
it.
never actually were scared, right?
No. And the music was like, okay, something's going to happen.
Yeah, I was waiting for
Nope.
the hammer to drop, and I thought there really was good intensity to what Cumberbatch did. So he scared me. I thought he was pretty frightening at first, especially.
At first, I agree.
And
At
I
the
know-
dinner
Yeah.
table, when he was an asshole to the kid, I was
He
like,
screamed
whoa.
it, and when he screamed
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
guy on the piano,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
shit was
yeah,
good.
it was
as
all-
soon as he changed, like that's my biggest problem with the movie.
It
is
seemed
that
like he's changed sort of on a dime, where
on
you're
a,
like
on
the
a
kid.
complete dime, just left
I
like
think-
out of nowhere. He's nice to
Somehow-
this
well,
kid.
Like his
Yes.
whole personality.
Yeah,
It's not
but
just
the
like,
entire
right.
thing is
no,
different
no,
now.
and it changes on a dime when the kid finds out his secret, right? And
No,
I
it changes
wonder
on a dime
if-
when the kid walks through the bunch of cowboys and they were calling him slurs and stuff like
Oh,
that. And
I
he's
actually
not
thought-
bothered by it. He looks like a bird and then walks back. And then he starts talking to Cumberbatch. And Cumberbatch is like, no, he's walking by Cumberbatch.
Right.
Cumberbatch
right.
calls
But
him and like
this
starts being
happens-
friends with
yes,
him.
but that's the scene after.
Right after, yeah.
Right after. And that's what I think. That's what, again, if I were trying to make sense of it, that's at least what I was thinking is that now that he knows this kid knows he's secret, he's going to befriend him. Because he doesn't want anybody else to know this. It gives him this extra motivation to try to befriend him.
He didn't
And
know
since
anything.
the kid,
He didn't know the kid was in that cabin. He saw the kid at the
No.
side of the lake. They're in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere. The kid couldn't, like, he might not have found that house with the stash of porn. or
No,
whatever.
he saw that the door was open and everything. No, he knew.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't
I don't
get
know.
that.
That to me, I was thinking that was some of the other reason. You're right, though. It is kind of a quick turn there. It's not like you see him. Basically, you see like an abject hatred.
You only see him get mad again in the barn, right?
And when
the
he
lady's
did
drunk.
that, when he was being nice at first, all I thought was that this was just going to be another way of him making the kid's mom miserable, right? So I thought it was going. I thought initially when he was being nice in that next scene, I thought he's just being manipulative again. I didn't think he really cared for the kid.
I
at
thought
that
he was
point.
going to
I
hurt the
thought-
kid. I thought he was like
Yeah.
saying like, "All right, we'll teach you how to learn, like how to ride a horse." They kept staring up at the mountain at the beginning. He's like, "You know what's up there? Something's up there.
Yeah.
What's up there?" And there's fucking that went nowhere, didn't it? They talked about that
yeah,
for a little
nothing
bit.
happened.
No, that you can see this dog if you look at the mountains.
Could you
I
see
didn't
the
see
dog?
that dog.
And-
I was staring. I was
It
looking.
the
I was
shadow.
like,
It
what
was the
the
shadow.
fuck?
You look at the shadow and you could see the dog.
I
It was the
can't see-
shadow,
I
not the
couldn't see
mountain.
I
it. I
think
couldn't
John
see it.
just,
I
for
thought-
some reason, is more
John
able to
was
enjoy
in
this
the
movie
mood.
somehow. Yeah,
Yeah,
I stared
John
at
was
it.
in
I
the mood.
paused it. I was like, "Ah, there's no dog."
Dude,
was
Denny,
in
me
the
and you
mood to
both.
see this. I don't know. I agree.
I was
agree.
like, where?
It's
Yeah.
contextual.
Outline it for me.
Totally.
I was doing the
I-
cross-eyed thing, you know, trying to bring it back,
Stare
like those
through the
pictures.
TV.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for the
Unfocus
dog,
your
and he's
eyes.
like, "You don't see the dog," and he's like, "You just saw that," and I was like, "I didn't."
Yeah.
Where's the dog?
I have
Yeah,
a
what
pause
the hell
button.
are
I
you
can't see
talking about?
shit. Come
Yeah.
on. So then that was also confusing. I was like, is there a dog? Are they crazy? Is the kid lying to him? What is going on here?
Yeah, what is
Even
this-
if there
what the
is a
fuck
dog,
is this
why are they
movie
talking
about?
about it? You know?
Yeah.
There's just a
What the
lot. It
fuck?
seems like there's a lot of scenes like that, you know? That falling into place thing only works because some scenes fit into the pieces. But I think, and this is why I kind of want to watch it again, I feel like there's a lot of misdirecting shots and scenes. Like the ones that I remember towards the end when I started looking back and being like, all right, does everything make sense now? I don't think so. There's the scene where like he's doing whatever, pulling the cow hides with his hand. And not the shots where his hand's in the water that are important because you see that his hand's in the water with the cowhide, but the one where he's like pulling it up against the side of his hip and it kind of focuses on his hip and it's kind of like misleading sexual looking
Right.
something, you know?
Right.
Is it just a general
And
misdirection?
then it cuts to the horses.
Yeah.
For some reason, and a fly on the horse, I guess, which is sort of, I guess,
Well, those
little
are
guy,
artsy
David
shots.
and
That's an
Goliath
artsy
sort
as
of
fuck.
thing.
Those are artsy
I
It's a
know,
college
I know.
student shot right there.
Those are like
Yeah, yeah.
tones. Yeah, I mean, because there was a couple of that stuff. But Denny, you're right. There was a bunch of that kind of shit in there, but it seemed like fluff.
I know.
I didn't really read it as something else
No.
because I was also lost. You know,
I was
what
trying
is
to
going
find
on?
out what was like I was, by the halfway point I was just like, this has to be about something. What the fuck is it about? Is it really just about these two random dudes in this house in the middle of Montana? Is that it?
Yeah.
And
I mean,
then,
I had the thought of, you're telling me that this is just a story about how people sucked back then too?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. People suck
That's
now.
right.
Why do I want to watch this?
Everybody was
right?
lonely and miserable, and some people
right.
tried
So
to
there was
make
a
other
drunk,
people miserable.
There was an asshole. There was a closeted person. There was something else. And you're telling me what's different? I don't get it. What am I supposed to be getting out of this story?
It's not different. See, it's all the same.
Right. But I knew that. Everybody knows that.
For me, I do think, again, rather than I was in the mood for it, that the movie worked because it set up a lot of suspense, and it resolved, and it did not resolve in any way like I thought it would.
Because they weren't showing you any sort of story.
Right, I know. But I thought, again, like I said, I thought there was going to be horror stuff going on here. I thought there was going to be brutal massacre or whatever. I didn't know what.
Some pitchfork event,
Some terrible, kind of terrible, like desperate.
If that had happened, I would have liked it a
house.
lot more. That's for damn
I
sure.
know you would have. Of course you would have.
Yeah, right. Fuck.
Anyway, so for whatever reason, it worked. I was sucked into it. And was sort of like it had this like slow tension to it that I was kind of impressed by, and I did think Cumberbatch was good, and that helped a great deal too. And I think if you didn't like his performance, that would be hard. That would make things hard too. But I
blame his performance
kind of
on why
impressive.
I didn't buy the direction that both you and my other friend who enjoyed it, like they found that point of the story easier to follow. Like there was no point where I'm just like. That point was just like, what the fuck? This doesn't make any sense. This is stupid. But for some reason, his performance got you in a way. And I think it was his performance that would do it, right? Because he's the one who changes. The kid is kind of the same. Even though underneath the skin, he's plotting maybe. Because we don't know when he's going to start trying to kill Benedict Cumberbatch. But.
Right, but you see that he's capable of some scary things, and they just do it in the, like where you see that he's dissecting the rabbit.
Well, we also know he's just a crazy dude.
It's not scary, but
so
he just he casually snaps the rabbit's neck.
I kind of bought that maybe he was just doing it because he likes dissecting shit, right? Like
he does, but I just think
and then once you find out he kills him, you're like, he didn't know the whole time he could use that hide. Did he?
No.
Right?
He
you
did. I don't
know.
think. No, because the other thing that had to happen, I think, was Kirsten Dunst gave the hides
threw the hides
to
away.
the
Exactly.
Indians, right?
She had to be in on it then too. If it was this whole big plan, right?
No, it wasn't. I don't think there was.
No way.
There was
it was
no way.
all just coincidental.
It was all
fit
coincidental.
perfectly.
What does that mean? That's like
It's him taking advantage of the coincidence. That's all.
So you're saying his plan?
Right.
This is my question. His plan was to befriend this guy for however long it took until he could use this anthrax cowhide somehow. And this hand cut happened to coincide exactly with the selling of the hides at the same time. And then also it kind of was peaking with his relationship with Cumberbatch, where Cumberbatch was trying to sleep with him and trusted him enough to take the cowhide. All three of those things, plus the cowhide, were happening at the same time.
But I will
That's
just correct
bullshit.
you to one thing to say it wasn't his plan. He wasn't his plan.
No,
to
but we're
befriend
just saying the whole idea of the story where the three things end up at this pinnacle of like perfection.
No, but what he did was like he just tried to take advantage of wherever the situation led.
Yeah.
So he wasn't like this was his evil master plan. He just had some things that ended up working because of the way circumstances happened.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is I'm having trouble with the story because that means there's all this other stuff that we watch that has like nothing to do with
the other thing the movie doesn't do. Yeah, the movie
Right.
does not do one thing. We never hear him, the boy, talk really in terms of what he intends or what he's doing. We have not a single word of any intention from the boy. We see him do actions, but we don't see him say what he's doing or why. So there's not a bit of it. So all we do is like we see him go and cut up the cow or tell him, but we have no insight whatsoever into what his plans are or not. Yeah. But anyway, I was puzzled as well, just thinking in terms of, I'm sure he didn't know that his mom was going to give the hides away. So
my question, John, where do you fill in this gap? And you might not need to do this, but I do need to do this sort of thing.
Yes.
What was his plan when he befriended Cumberbatch? What do you think his like plan was there?
Well, the point being is when someone like that, who's that intimidating and powerful, decides to befriend you, what do? You don't necessarily have a choice about whether you're going to befriend this guy or not. What are you going to do? Piss him off more? Because I wouldn't.
Right, because he's a bully, right?
Right. So
he's just dealing with it in a certain way.
First
you're
you're
saying?
making this assumption that the kid has chosen to befriend Cumberbatch's character, Phil, but that's not true. Phil decided to befriend him. He allows it to happen. Whether he might be somewhat interested himself, but what other choice does he have? Honestly, is he gonna like reject Phil?
Yeah.
Because that guy's scary.
Right.
Dude,
I
he's
wouldn't want to
scary.
turn Phil down.
I thought that was stupid because if I were the kid, then I'd be afraid that Phil was gonna like take me out into the hills and kill me.
I thought
Yeah.
a couple times that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But
When they
maybe,
were out, right.
yeah.
So I'd
but
be afraid
I,
of that. I'd say, no,
Yeah.
I'll take the bullying
But-
here and get beat up, but I'm not going with you into the fucking woods because you're going to kill me.
But there's other pieces, and so there's other things too where the boy may see some of himself in Phil as well. I mean, he's got some sort of like, this idea of there might be some darkness to him. And so that's kind of the other pieces is like maybe he sees a little bit of himself in that, and he's not, he sees what he's doing to his mom, but he wants to be able to figure out, well, how can I get back? How can I try to protect my mom?
But wait, so you're talking about,
so it could be any number of these things. He could be that he's somewhat attracted
Right,
to
but
Phil.
so like he's
also,
protecting the mom, so he's somewhat planning to kill the guy, right?
or just putting himself into a position to where, and certainly being
To
his
protect
friend
her.
puts him in a far better position
To protect
do
her,
something.
then,
Right.
right.
Yeah. Then just taking a beating and pissing him off even more.
Right. But still, what I can't reconcile with is why there's all these things that have to happen. There's so many elements that have to take
I know.
place in order
That's
to
true.
make this story
Right.
perfectly work.
Right.
And it's
The
just
way
it
worked the way
seems
it did.
unbelievable
Yeah.
that
It's like you could have told it in a different order. Like first he cuts his hand. So now the kid knows that his hand is cut badly. So then he goes and gets then the kid plans to get the anthrax infested cowhide. Right. So you could have told things in a different order.
yeah,
in the
right,
movie,
right. Where
and
because they were like doing them concurrently. Where
Right.
Yeah,
it would have made
yeah.
it look like a lot more like the kid had the plan,
Right.
or the
they
kid
were acting like it
suggests-
was during the same time frame.
Right.
And then things
but because
happen.
of the way the order of things make it look like it was far more circumstantial.
Well, it
and the
makes
kid
it look
just-
like there was a storyline there that isn't. That's the thing.
well, it's also, it does
Yeah.
it because it makes it impossible for you to guess at what's going to happen at the end, which is what the
Right.
director wants. But really all it
guess
does
so.
is it makes the movie super fucking confusing for no reason until you get to the end.
Yep.
She basically
Right.
guaranteed that no one's going to guess what's going to happen at the end because the way the movie's put together is so fucking confusing.
It is confusing, but for me, all I was sitting there was just
Bing.
worried about when the horror is going to start. I think, and so maybe
Poor
that's
Johnny's
why I
over
kept
there with
going
like
on.
agita. He's sitting there
Yeah.
with his, he can feel his stomach just giving like a pit and like a burning, and he's like, "Fuck, when is this gonna pop
Yeah.
off?" And then it doesn't.
Right. So I'm
yeah.
like, yeah,
But then you're like, "I love this. This
It's like,
makes
it wasn't
all the
bad.
sense to me."
yeah.
It didn't make much sense to me. I had.
I agree. I think if you're trying to read the plan in or see like the try to find
I'm trying.
meaning
You know what it is?
other
It's
than the
kinda
kid
cool.
got lucky and prepared himself and took advantage of things when he could,
Yeah.
which is honestly probably what happens a lot, most of the time anyway. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the thing that's kind of cool, I guess, is it's going outside the normal structure of the movie, right? Because I was thinking to myself, like, the usual shit, like, okay, who's the one I'm supposed to be watching? Who's the
Right.
one I'm not? And, like, you kind of don't know because none of them are fucking doing anything, and there's no story for, like, any of them, really. It's just an interaction.
Coming back to
And
that.
discomfort.
Nothing's happening.
I mean,
No one's doing
nothing's
shit.
Nothing's happened
Yeah,
except everybody's
exactly.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, and
Right.
everyone's
And Johnny Greenwood's
uncomfortable.
in the
This
back with
one's
the piano, like,
drinking. I hear the
He's going,
same
blink, blink,
harmonic.
blink, blink,
fucking-
blink.
yeah.
Oh,
I
shit.
hear
The
the
music is
same,
tensiony.
like, the same
yeah,
notes just fucking buzzing. And I'm just sitting there like this. I don't understand. What the fuck is, and then of course it finishes and you're like, okay, that's something. But yeah, it's not really the normal routine for a movie, right? So maybe that's part of it. If you're not like I'm like so simple-minded with like, it has to be in this parameter. Like, why isn't it in this parameter? I don't understand what I'm watching. Right.
But even so, I tried to think about that too. But there are movies that, like, the first time I watched them, I didn't understand them, but I still found ways to enjoy them as I watched them.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
This one, the
Right.
only thing, like, I latched onto the way it looked. Like, whenever it cut away from the story and showed like the landscape, I'm like, wow,
You're
Look at
like,
that.
wow,
Yeah.
is
Nice.
this Nomadland or
Yeah.
something or what? Yeah.
I knew you'd bring that up. I was like, oh, we got a sunset
Yeah, wow,
shot
it
here
took a
on the
lot
horizon.
like,
That's he's making fun of
Nomadland,
Nomadland right there.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
That's a staple.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And then the soundtrack,
Yeah.
I agree, was repetitive, but it was a highlight. I was just like, yeah, this is cool. You know, like it's kind of repeating the same thing. It doesn't fit with the movie at all, but I give two shits about the movie because there's zero story to follow. Literally zero story. I can't follow the characters and be fascinated by them because I don't think the characters make any sense. They don't seem like realistic
they're
people
not,
at all.
right, and you don't like them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need to like a character
Yeah.
to like watching them, but I need like the character to make sense. You know, like I need there to be boundaries of what
Well,
the
you have
character
to
is.
like somebody in order to dislike them all, too, right? Like you can't. Like there has to be a contrast, or like none of like they're
or
all
you
the
can
same
relate to like an
uselessness.
asshole tendency like Daniel or
No,
Daniel
I know,
Plainview.
but-
You know, it's like, well, I kind
they
of feel
weren't
like the
doing
way
that.
he feels too,
Yeah,
sort
yeah,
of thing.
yeah. I see what you mean.
But
But
there's
I'm just
nothing
saying
to
they
relate
weren't doing
to
that.
Cumberbatch, right? There's nothing to relate to Cumberbatch. There's nothing to relate to the kid. Kirsten
No.
Dunst, maybe.
Maybe the brother because he's going through family
I
bullshit.
didn't
Everyone
understand
knows
Jesse
that.
Clemens
but-
either. He stood there like with no expression on his face and
Isn't that what he
kind
always
of
does?
disappeared in the second half of the
He does
movie.
that in everything he's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where he was while his wife was working
I
so
thought it
hard
was
at
going to
being
be a
an
story
alcoholic.
between him and Kirsten Dunst. I'm like, okay, they're getting married,
Oh,
they're moving
yeah,
in
yeah,
together, and it's no longer about that at all. It's
Well, they
now
did
about
hang on
Benedict
Kirsten
Cumberbatch.
Dunst a bit, and it was
Yeah.
seemingly like they were
Right, well,
going
we
in a
did
direction
follow
with
her,
her in the
like,
story, and it,
yeah.
then it just ended
And then it
sort of
doesn't.
and
Yeah.
cut
Yeah.
backs. It cuts back. Yeah,
That's fair.
it's like I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. The more I think about this, the less I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
The one thing I appreciate about it is going into this podcast, I was like, well, at least we'll be able to talk about it for a bit. It's not like a
Yeah.
comedy or
That's
a movie
true.
that's like bad. You know, it's like
No,
it's
no.
definitely, I don't know. It's hard
I
to
think
say it's good, even though I
really
didn't like it.
interesting.
But
No, but it is really different. It has a different feel. It was quite unexpected, and maybe it's just because it's an unstructured mess. Or as far as the plot
What a
goes.
review there that was.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
glad
right.
you agree, John.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that
If
was
he did, but
put out
I
there.
still the movie
you said
like
it, not me, John.
if it engages me and I want to follow it to the end, that's
If
you
the
know.
flow of it made you feel suspenseful the entire time, that works for you.
Yeah, it did.
All right, and if it works, it
That's
works.
what was part of it. Maybe that keeping that
Yeah.
flow was just the unpredictability of what was going on. And as long as I'm following the characters and at least somewhat interested in them, I think then it works well enough. But you're right. You know, when you do, it does seem like the husband just disappeared for quite a while. His character was
Yeah.
just gone while she was busy being
And
an
where
alcoholic.
was he? Where was
I
he?
don't know.
Where was
right.
he going?
What was he doing? Does he work?
They don't
no
even
one knows.
talk about it. He's just
They
gone.
didn't even bother to like. They
Right.
could have said, "Oh, he's going to visit his parents. He'll be away for a month
Yeah,
or something."
thanks.
I don't
Thanks,
know.
movie.
Yeah.
That's what I need. I'm
Right.
watching Seinfeld right now. They kind of walk
Yeah.
you through everything that happens, like everything else, actually.
Look, I
Right.
need to be handheld all the way
You just-
through.
Yeah.
Just let me know where you're going. Where are you going? Okay, fine. Look, I just want to know. That's
Yeah.
all.
To the roof.
Kept
Newman.
thinking
And
like
did
I
they,
wanted.
did they abandon the numbering system too towards the end? I remember like towards the beginning, it was like every 15 minutes, it was like
Right,
chapter
right.
2.
1, 2, 3,
But then like
4.
the second half, I don't remember there
and
being
then, I
anything.
don't know. Maybe it's 6 or whatever. We don't care.
Yeah.
I don't know. 6 plus. And 6 and so on.
Am I
Oh,
wrong
yeah,
there?
you're right.
I don't remember.
No, you're right. The numbering system didn't. I didn't
stick.
quite get that either. Yeah.
They went through the edit once, and then they're like, we ran out of time. Send it. That's it.
I just saw 3 show up on the thing, and I was like, "What are we? There's an act for this? What the hell is going on here? Am I supposed to have sat for a long period of time? It doesn't seem like I have. Why are they putting numbers?"
And the
in
weird
here?
thing is with the acts too, you'd think that like they use them to move the story forward like a sudden period of time, but then there's that one time they should have used it when they cut to the coffins, right?
Right.
That's when like
That-
they should
that
have
would
used
have
the
been a
number
good-
That's
again.
would have been
Number
the
7.
yes,
Yeah.
totally.
But they didn't do
totally.
it then. So
that
like,
went
right.
on a long time. That
Like when it
last
made
act
sense.
was
That's
a
what I'm
lot
saying. They
longer.
were doing this just to distract
Yes.
everybody. They're like,
Yeah,
let's
I
stay
don't
out.
know.
It's just all
the whole
intentional.
movie was
Like,
slow. It's like it was challenging us to pay attention because it's like there might be something important here.
yeah.
You don't
Or
know.
like,
know.
this doesn't make any sense. Are you paying attention?
Yeah.
It shouldn't make any sense.
It might click in the end,
shouldn't
but it
make
might
any
not.
sense. Yeah, right.
You don't want to miss it.
Right, right.
Yeah,
What was the
here's
last
the
number?
number.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
There's another number that means
It's
we're
quizzing
transitioning.
you the entire time through.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Yeah.
fine.
Every time the number came up, I checked the clock and I was like, God damn it.
I just remember thinking to myself, what is it? What am I watching?
There's a certain period of time. I think it's like an hour. If the movie's 2 hours long, I'll give the movie an hour. If we're not doing another podcast, if I don't know what's happening and I'm not enjoying the watch, I will shut it off.
Well, yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
right.
Yeah, I don't blame
Right.
you. Yeah.
I would have
That's a
shut
good
it
point.
off.
Maybe what you need to do,
Yeah, I
Danny, is
probably
read the
would've
book.
too.
No. I already
Come
know
on.
the ending. I already know the good part. The ending. I wonder if the book is as
was
confusing.
priceless.
I'd just be interested. I'd be interested
John,
to see
that reaction of his was priceless.
because
Come
in
on.
the book they might describe the character's thinking, So that's all.
He thought about it for a second and then was just like, no.
And it also opens up with a bang where I tried to download the sample of the book to read to check it out, and the first 2 pages are describing the castration scene in great detail.
That was the thing that popped into my head, describing the balls.
Castration.
That's how you grab an audience for a book. TC, you got any thoughts? Any additional thoughts?
Not that we haven't covered really. I mean, it's a slow burn. It's boring times because you don't know what's going on. So
maybe if you're a big Cumberbatch fan, you'll like it.
If you're a big Cumberbatch fan, I'm sure you'd like it.
I would say I'm a Cumberbatch fan.
Are you?
Mm.
I think
you
I
didn't
am.
like it really, so I don't know what to tell you.
And I certainly didn't think he did a bad job. I just think whatever he was doing aided
It
the
wasn't
movie to be
working for him.
I just
confusing,
think
which
the
I didn't
story
appreciate.
wasn't there. I mean, if there's no motive, it's hard to care about the acting when you don't even know.
I'm
the
just really
motivation.
surprised you didn't see the Nicholson reference because it was boy.
No, I didn't see that
I
either.
didn't get that at all.
Hey, you should watch when he's
I got more of like
drinky.
I got like a Dexter vibe from the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I mean, the music was again, I didn't really like it. I thought it was just repetitive and too much. Like it didn't make sense. They were using it for contrasting thoughts and feelings a lot. So like you'd see a scene and you'd be like, oh, that was supposed to feel like this. And then you'd see another scene, same song, and it's a completely different type of scene. And you're like, what is going on here? Which one was I supposed to be so again, I think, Denny, you might be right. This might just be a misdirection filled movie on purpose.
Yeah.
But
Or it
I
could
don't
just
know.
hit some people very well and some other
you
people.
just feel like you're the boy chasing the horse. Hey,
Yeah,
hey!
I just wasn't in. And sometimes, if you're not in the mood, maybe you're not paying attention enough. I don't fucking know. I don't have much other than that just because they're really, we've said mostly everything that I was thinking about. So I wouldn't see this again, regardless of.
Yeah, Denny has to watch it again now. Maybe twice more.
Yeah, would you put it in the top 250?
All right, well, you put this in the top 250.
No.
No.
I thought it was an interesting movie experience. So
that's a nice polite way
carried
of
me
saying
along
it.
with it. I was happy to watch it.
That's a good way of describing it.
So this movie's probably going to win Best Picture at the Academy Awards. Not that that matters at all. But
I thought it was going to be Belfast. I thought that was what was in the running.
So
but because they got the Golden Globe now, that
Golden Globe plus it got a lot of SAG awards. It's the
Are we
momentum.
supposed to be watching that one?
It's $20 right now. That's why we didn't watch it.
Oh, right. 20
That's way too much
bucklers.
money.
20 bucklers is too many bucklers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Says Timmy. Timmy the Timmy
Too
Buckler.
many bucklers for me, daughter.
Too many
Don't
buckles for
your
knee
ass
buckles.
over at the fucking Cougars guy. I ain't going to spend no $20 on no fucking Belfast. I got Irish buddies down in Southie. Don't you fucking worry.
They're not going to watch a movie for that when you can get almost buzzed for $20.
Oh, you can get buzzed for $20.
Timmy, no,
just gotta know
no.
what's a fine drink.
I don't know.
I
I think Timmy's got a real tolerance built up since he was a baby.
Not anymore.
so-
Not anymore.
Oh, that's
Go to the
true.
gym.
That's right.
Come on.
Timmy at the gym.
2022, the year of
Come on,
muscles.
let's go.
Yeah.
Come on.
Somebody spot me over
Yeah,
here.
someone spot me. I got a $40 here for you.
Still
Oh,
bribing
you're
people.
drunk.
Yeah, it's driving because nobody wants to be around
Yeah.
him. Yeah, no one wants to be near him. Right.
Oh,
I got some extra money for you, guys. Someone help me. I can't fucking breathe, dude.
I have a little bit of trivia on this movie.
okay.
All right,
What do you
let's
got?
hear it.
So Jane Campion is not a prolific director. She directed the movie The Piano back in 1993. You ever hear of that one?
That one, aren't we going to watch that at some
No,
point?
it's not on the list. I don't know why.
Piano.
The Pianist we are, but not The
Ah,
Piano.
right. I knew there was one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
What
Piano
happened in the piano?
I never saw it. It was like a deaf woman goes to a different country and is supposed to be set up to be married, and she falls in love with somebody poor instead. That sounds pretty original, right? And there's something to do with like playing a piano, and she's deaf, so there's something there. I don't really know, but
Did she turn it? Okay.
it won the Palme
was
d'Or back in '93.
Good enough for me.
It won best screenplay, so she wrote it. She won. Jane Campion won best screenplay. She also got nominated
Holly
for
Hunter and Harvey Keitel and
Yeah.
Sam Neill.
Supposed to be good.
Yeah.
She was the second woman director to get nominated for Best Director, and the movie was also nominated for Best Picture.
So how many movies has she done?
She has done 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
That's
From
still-
89 to 2021. This is her first movie in 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
That's
she also did
wild.
like the
That's a
Top
long
of the
time
Lake,
off.
which was like a series, right?
I don't know.
She was doing like a TV series for a while. The
Oh, yeah,
Top
I see
of the
that
Lake.
here, Top of the Lake. I
Yeah,
have no idea what that is.
for like
Never
4
heard of it.
years. Kind of like a murder mystery, but it's based in New Zealand. It's supposed to be really, really good.
She's from New Zealand. This movie was shot in New Zealand,
Okay.
which there's no trivia on this, but the only thing it said was that filming in Montana itself, it would be way more expensive. And I wonder if that's because that's the States during COVID. New Zealand's COVID free, right?
I don't know.
I think it has been
That was a
COVID
while
free.
ago when it was.
So I don't know if it is anymore, but like might be safer there. There might be less limitations. It might be cheaper to like do the medical
Yeah.
stuff you have to do to
Yeah.
shoot a film or whatever, etc. You know, I didn't question it.
Nope.
I wasn't like, hey, they're filming in Lord of the Rings area. I was like, Montana's beautiful. This is nice.
Right.
Is what
This
I was
is
thinking.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's true. It did kind of look just like I wouldn't have known
Yeah.
if you had mentioned it. Yeah.
Unlike Coda last week where it was filmed in freaking Rockport and Gloucester,
didn't look like
and
it.
He didn't think it did.
Yeah. It could have been, Nashua, New Hampshire for all I know.
Guess what the plot of this movie is?
Which movie?
Which one?
The Power of the Dog. Sorry.
Oh.
Well, didn't you already read that one, didn't you? That
Oh, you
they
got a different
finds
one?
love.
What?
What are you talking about? What? I thought you already read the tagline of the Power of the
What
Dog.
are you talking
No. The budget.
Oh, sorry. You said plot.
Plot, Denny.
You
Did I
said
say
You
plot?
said, guess
Sorry.
what the plot
Yeah.
of this movie is.
Yeah, I was confused too. Like, I remember the
Guys
plot.
are
It was
starting from
nothing.
the
What
beginning.
the fuck have we been
We
pitching
talked
the whole
about this,
time?
Daddy.
I
It's
don't know.
nothing. There's no plot. We talked about this.
Oh my
Yeah.
dude! Wait till you hear what the
Holy
plot
shit.
is.
Do you know what the plot is for this movie? No.
All
How
right,
much is
all
the
right,
budget?
Carry on there, Denny.
Any guesses?
Yeah,
how expensive did it look?
Not that
It
expensive.
looks expensive. The
Did?
authenticness of the scenes.
That's two different answers right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
It looked
that
good,
expensive.
but there was like
It
one
looked
house.
Good. It just looked colored.
It was
looked
one
like it
house
was-
in a field. That was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's not much to it.
I don't know.
Between $30 and $40 million. That's
Really?
a lot.
But you don't know how much
it
that
goes
goes to the
Cumberbatch?
actors.
Yeah,
That's got to go to the actors. That's big money.
Cumberbatch
For
is
them.
he's a Marvel actor. He's an A-list
Yeah,
these
yeah,
days,
yeah.
right?
You got to pay. I bet most of that budget's going to him.
Yeah,
You know how much the box office of this movie is?
$500,000.
Like yeah,
$205,000.
right.
No shit.
$1,000. Yeah.
So I was right,
Yeah,
almost.
you were right.
I
It was a
wrong.
little
Oh,
less
wow.
than that, but you were guessing low, which is
Wow.
correct.
Yeah, yeah.
That's enough to get Timmy
Wow.
drunk.
Dollar Draft School.
That's a couple of weekends right there.
Oh, yeah.
Bottle service. Timmy and Johnny Depp hanging out at some LA
Yeah,
club.
bottle service. I'll go pick it up at the bar. Don't worry about it. We don't need no fucking bottle service.
And that's basically it. New movies don't have that much trivia.
Yeah.
Especially when there's no story.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Benedict Cumberbatch was a real prankster behind set.
Oh,
Was he really?
No.
Oh.
I'm sure he was
Maybe-
just like pumping himself up to get in a camera between each take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sitting in front of the mirror trying to cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would my character jerk off next to a lake? Gotta think about this one. I'm gonna get an Oscar for this one. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get an Oscar. That's making me hard.
All right. Well, to see when I'm crying, I'm gonna think about losing my Oscar in this movie.
Oh yeah, John. You're done for the week.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Good.
That's it. All right. You guys ready for next week? I am
Yeah.
excited.
What is it?
We have a bit of a tiny marathon coming up, and the order is up to you guys. So
Okay.
we put one of these movies on hold because the second one was further down the list. and
Oh,
we're
Aliens.
we're at Alien and Aliens right now.
Nice.
What
Cool.
do you guys think? Which order should we watch them in descending
First
list
and
order
second.
or first and second?
First and second.
First and second.
I agree.
Because I
Definitely
haven't
first and
seen
second.
it, I don't think.
What?
You haven't seen the first one?
I don't remember it as I saw it like when I was a kid. I think.
Awesome.
What
Awesome.
about Aliens? Have you seen that one?
I don't remember. So
All right.
we'll see when I get there. Yeah.
I am excited
All right.
for you.
Double
All
shot.
right.
And then should we watch all the rest of the Aliens? That's the question too.
Probably. I mean, if
Oh
I
my
like
God.
it, if I like it, we are.
No, what? Oh, they get they're it's a
They're
real
all by very
downhill.
famous directors, though.
Yeah.
I'd like to watch it if I like
Alien
it. If I don't
3
like it, we're not watching.
Is David Fincher.
I know.
And Alien
really.
4 is like somebody else famous. The guy who did
And,
like,
and then Ridley Scott's comes back with the 5 and 6.
Ridley Scott.
Right?
you do a
Ridley
real
Scotty's-
big marathon.
Oh, God.
And then
I hope so.
Prometheus,
I
right?
mean, dude, we're gonna have time. We're
Well, that's what
running
I
out of
meant.
material.
That was like Prometheus was what I was thinking was next. But they're all
but there's
not that
another
good.
one. There's a one after Prometheus.
Right. There's 2 of those, both by Ridley.
Yeah.
And
So, well, why don't we
Both
start with the
weird.
There's
first
Alien
two?
versus Predator. There's a bunch of those.
oh God, are we gonna go to
Oh,
those?
yeah.
Holy shit!
And then we could go back to the
Alien
Predator. We could watch
versus
Predator
Predator.
1,
Oh, yeah, all the
Schwarzenegger,
Predators.
Predator 2, Danny Glover. Can't go wrong.
And there's like 2, 3 or more other Predator films after that. I think.
So let's just start with the first two.
Let's start with the first 2, and then we'll check ourselves.
Yeah.
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 All right, so the first one first.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're
First
going to
one
watch the
first.
first Alien movie. It's 1979, directed by Ridley Scott. The synopsis is after, I'm not going to read the synopsis, TC, go on blind.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Thanks for listening. Email us at mission250filmcast@gmail.com. We are idling our social media accounts because I'm just going to delete them after a while.
Good.
Yeah. Not
If you
because we're
can.
going to stop doing the podcast, just because,
Fuck social media.
fuck social media.
Right.
That's right. So John is going to write his own social media company. It's called Truth Social. Go to truthsocial.com and sign up to follow our podcast.
Yeah.
I am?
right. And you tell them. You tell them. You tell them.
Let's see. TruthSocial.com already. Follow the truth. Truth Social is America's big tent social media platform that encourages an open, free, and honest global conversation without discriminating against political ideology.
Where you can have your conspiracy theories and then believe them too.
You never heard of this before, John?
No, I
This is
didn't.
Trump's
It's-
social media.
Oh,
website.
it is?
Yeah.
It says join the waiting list. It's not out yet. I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know
never
that.
going to come out. You'll see.
Well, oh dear.
You know how hard
Oh,
it is to
dear.
build that shit? They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just
He doesn't
idiots.
know what he means. Smart? Come on.
Yeah, come on.
We're all fucking idiots.
He knows plenty of people who launder the money and then, get some fucking backroom deals going, but smart people, not so much.
Yeah. Interwebs, coding, not their deal.
Yeah. Well, but there are people that'll take money.
That's true. That's true. I'm sure there's some Republican devs.
Other people,
Right.
well, they're not even that. They're just a bunch of people that they're just devs that are happy to take a shit ton of money, and they've got skills to do it. So I'm sure that, they've got a ton of money. They'll be able to get somebody to build it for them.
Oh, John, I wanted to bring this up too before I forget. We should do maybe in between these Alien episodes or not, or just after, an update on the list.
Oh yeah,
It's been a long ass time since
Well,
that.
we're aren't we close to our fifth review of the last 50? We should
We're
be
at
pretty
56
close to
right
that.
now, I think.
Yeah, so like 6 more films. That would be a good
Yeah,
time
but
to
we're
do it,
putting
too.
in like 3 movies in
I
between
know.
each one.
That's
It's
true.
going to be another year.
Yeah, I
get
can do an
that.
updated
No,
list.
just
I
kidding.
haven't done that for a while. So
Yeah, there's
All right.
going to be like 3 years since the last special episode at this point. What with
I
the
know.
breaks and the bonus episodes.
right.
Bonus.
So much.
All right, dudes.
All right, guys. Well, take
All
care.
right.
Yeah, talk to
See
you
ya.
next week.
All right, see you guys.
All